Sagittarius, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. This is a message for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, Sagittarian energy. So if you're not a Sagittarius and for some reason this video called to you, it's your video. It comes to you at just the right time. And this is where your message begins. That's Leo energy. And if you see, sweet results await. And anytime that I get this card, I say this every time, only the busy bee gets the honey. So when this card arrives, honey is coming your way. Yes, it means that you've worked hard. This is a 7. This is the number of the card. So that's the magic number of, not magic, but it's the number of manifestation. Even in the Bible, if you've grown up any kind of Christian, you know, 7 days and 7 nights. This was the energy of the whole the whole building of the universe is God's work. 7 is very connected to things coming into being or creating abundance or creating anything at all. 7. So when you have this energy, it means that you've created some sort of abundance in your life, that you're about to receive some award, like an actual like a award, but like you're about to receive back. You're about to be able to enjoy yourself, enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's what this card means. I often relate it to the sun card in the traditional tarot deck because it's very sunshiny. There's this beautiful energy of just, it's got power. It's got this energy of fuel, like you've got it, which is what honey gives to the bees, right? It's fuel for them. It's food for them. So there's an abundance of energy here and capability, proof that you can actually do it. So there's this beautiful energy of fruits of your labor coming back and being able to enjoy them this week. And now let's see what else the cards have to say. Remember, Sagittarius, if a card falls out or stays on the table, it's going to stay where it lay, because as I divide the deck, that's just how I read the cards. If you're looking for a personal reading, I do provide those services. Please go to my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com, and you can book and schedule whatever service works for you. You will get your message within 24 hours of whatever date you booked. So it's a quick turnaround because I know you guys need your messages. And if you haven't, please remember to subscribe to this channel and then ring that notification bell so that you know when I upload your favorite content, but also so that you know when, so that you know when I go live. Because if you subscribe to the channel, then you can ring that notification bell. And if you select all notifications, you will get notified when I go live. And that's when I do free public tarot card readings. And if you can get that notification, you can join in. So, all right, let's cleanse the energy. I'm going to hear a little sound. This came out in reverse, but underlying energy in the past. What does it say? Be here now. So when this comes out in reverse, it's like you had trouble being in the moment, or you were always stuck in the past, or you were rushed by a moment. You rushed by a sweetness, or you didn't get to experience a sweetness because of whatever was happening. So there's only cards come out in the past. They only come out in the past when they're directly impacting what's happening now. Well, now you get to taste the sweetness. So something that was missed is now you don't miss it. You don't miss it, you get it, you get to. So either something has finally come to fruition because of the fact that you have worked really hard and didn't and weren't getting to experience any of that goodness before, or because you missed something and you know that it was partially your fault because you weren't living in the moment or being present, or maybe even in some ways grateful for what you had. There's this energy of super appreciation of this fulfillment and understanding of just how sweet it is to be able to experience the fruits of your labor. Either way, good stuff. So let's get into these cards. Sagittarius, bring a gentle touch. This is getting you in a good mood too. It's making you feel really nice. It's making you feel compassionate because of anything, above anything, this card speaks of compassion. This is Virgo energy. It's very kind. It's very nurturing. It's patient. It's gentle. It's delicate. It goes with an easy hand, a steady, easy hand that goes with a light touch. So this is just beautiful. It's grace. It's grace and compassion. So there's grace and compassion here. And then totally opposite, this is Taurus energy. Overcome any obstacle. Bam! And that's 5. That's I am gonna make the change. But the thing is, these two cards came out together. So in other words, there is this beautiful kind of momentum this week, or energy this week that's surrounding you. I can tackle any obstacle. I can face any challenge with compassion and grace. And compassion and grace is what's going to get me to be tenacious and keep going and be persistent, because I'm not going to go that hard on myself either. And this is almost like telling you or giving you suggestions as the way to work through situations this week, that's going to get you the fruits of your labor, that's going to be most productive, Sagittarius. Let's see what's, damn. This is making peace. This is being the peace, being the peacemaker, being the person that brings balance. This is Libran energy. So, being diplomatic, seeing both sides of the situation, maybe even in some ways offering an olive branch, or somebody's going to be offering an olive branch to you. Whoa. And then we have clear out the clutter, and this is Cancerian energy. It's card number 28. 2 + 8 adds up to 10. You finished a cycle, and now you've got to get rid of all the old crap that you held on to from the cycle before. So it's like by the end of this week, or toward the end of this energy, there's a sense of you're able to release what doesn't serve you anymore. You're actually growing up and fitting into new skin, and going to be able to release maybe even the burden or the stress that came with feeling worried or feeling scared or feeling upset. Just this energy of it's time to let that crap go. This is also a card that often comes up when it says, you know what, you can actually impact your own peace or your own energy flow by getting rid of actual physical crap you don't need. So this could also be a really good energy to purge, or to be ready to finally get rid of stuff that you've held on to for too long, because maybe you've earned a compassion and you've leveled up in a way where you're just ready to enjoy what you have, and almost like an acceptance of things are going to be okay. I'm not going to have to starve anymore. I'm not going to have, like things, oftentimes things can be okay for a while, but you still have all that stress, maybe trauma responses that are making you feel like I'm still in these bad moments, or I can't trust the goodness. So this would be the energy, Sagittarius, where you start to settle into everything is going to be okay. I can actually feel at peace. I can actually handle this situation. and I can actually get rid of the stuff that I was clinging on to that now I recognize is just weighing me down. It's not empowering me. So let's get into these 7-day play-by-play. I'm going to see how things start to unfold. I'm going to pick the 7th day first. Sagittarius, how does this week resolve? How does this week resolve for this energy? Piscean energy. Interestingly enough, we do have a new moon, and we have a new moon this week. It's on September 2nd, September 3rd of 2024, if you're thinking. It's a new moon in Virgo. Whenever you're watching this, think back to that time, or look at your calendar to try to remind you what was going on, because there's something having to do with that cycle or something that started around that time. We do have that new moon. Maybe it's saying things are going to be happening quickly this week, like mostly in the beginning of this week. It could be a time frame. It could also be what the moon card means, which is illusion or things that aren't clear or imagination or creativity. So we're going to get into it. But let's see how the week unfolds day 1. So we have abundance here and prosperity, and that's prosperity with the Empress in the 3D world. She's solid and she's happy, and she really is doing very well, and she doesn't have to starve, and she doesn't have to worry, and she doesn't have to suffer or struggle. And then we have the 8 of Cups also picturing this eclipse, which means there's just this change in mentality, this ability in the very beginning of the week to let go of what you don't care about anymore, because these are cups, so these are emotions. But it's like, there's like apathy here, the sense of I'm not really interested anymore. I'm not going to make myself work. I'm not doing it. The sense of I have enough. I am abundant. It's almost like I am abundant. I am prosperous. So I don't have to keep a hold of the stuff that's just dragging me back. So that's early on in the week, or early on in this cycle that you're going through. And then we have victory and success through knowledge and wisdom and clarity and direction. That's all air energy. It's a new opportunity, maybe a new strategy, a new realization that's come to mind, that's popped through for you, Sagittarius. Or you finally get to communicate something that you needed to communicate, and it goes very, very well for you. This could also be good news coming in. Anything else for day 2? We're going to move on to day 3 or step 3. This may all happen to you in one day, but this is how it's unfolding, Sagittarius. Day 3. Okay, so we have, nice, moving on from what has stressed you, maybe even moving, maybe an opportunity to actually go somewhere, get the show on the road, get moving, or be able to actually have an opportunity that's going to move you in the right direction, the direction of peace, the direction of solving problems, figuring something out because of the crap that you had to go through, and now you know which direction to steer yourself in. Then we have the King of Pentacles, which for my readings often represents a boss, but it could represent an actual Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, masculine. This is somebody with a singular focus of usually doing business. They have a solid mindset. They're responsible. They're reliable. It's almost like figuring out the path to the most success. And then you have Aries energy, which is also taking charge, somebody who rules or somebody who's willing to fight for a situation. Path of most success and understanding what to fight for, what's worth it. It could even be claiming your own independence and your own direction forward. It could be a breakthrough here somehow where you get granted by the powers that be, by an authority figure, by your boss, by your parents, the ability to be autonomous. You get your own space, you get your own room. You know, when we were kids, we always wanted our own room or whatever. You know, if we had to share. In my generation, a lot of us had to share rooms. I know kids these days usually don't have to share rooms, but this is like getting your independence, like not having to share your office cubicle, maybe getting a senior manager, or like it's something where you get more independence, where people aren't like breathing over your neck. And that could have had something to do with whatever conversation you had, over here, or just the day before, or the hour before. Since you are Sagittarian, you're a mutable sign, that means that a lot of your natal suns, especially if you're born between December 1st and December 11th, your natal suns are going to be square to the new moon. And that means they're also square to where Saturn currently is. So yeah, your feathers will get ruffled more easily. You'll have challenges that are coming at you, but it's because the universe wants you to buck up and show that you can punch back. And that's going to actually help to expand and broaden your life. So this new moon is going to give you a really great opportunity to plant the seeds for where you want to be in the next 6 months, because that would be the moon cycle. Just to let you know, a little aside. All right, Sagittarius, this is 4. Day 4. It's almost like you won your independence. What is this? You've been fighting for this for a while. This has to do with standing your ground or deciding to not give up because you were not fulfilled in the past with something and you didn't stay quiet about it. Squeaky wheel gets the oil, man. Day 4. That now you have a sense of solid ground. You have a sense of control over your situation. You also get tangible results. So this is when you can actually hold something or feel, once again, the fruits of your labor actually sitting in your hands on day 4, are also feeling more solid. So something that created a lot of struggle, maybe you got a lot of pushback or a lot of people coming at you, right? There was then that sense of, well, now not the upper hand, but now people listen to me. I'm a little bit more solid. I have more gravity. You have more gravitas in this situation because you fought for it, you know. And maybe whoever you were struggling against now takes you a hell of a lot more seriously. What about day 5? Lovers is here. Oh, this doesn't have to mean wrong. It usually does. This is usually a kismet connection. So it's somebody that you were meant to meet, or a position that you were meant to have. And this is sort of kismet. It's almost like you found the perfect role for yourself, or you found the perfect partner, or the perfect friend, or it's like love at first sight, whatever kind of expression of love it ends up being. This is the day that it happens. This is that 5th step. What about that 6th step? Wheel of Fortune. So expansion and abundance, and then we have disappointments. It's almost like now you're starting to see why what disappointed you had to happen, because what kind of expansion and growth came out of the disappointment. So there's almost a reflective quality by day 6. We still got to get to day 7. There's almost a reflective quality. So that means you're in a really good spot. You're feeling so comfortable that now you're starting to be able to look back with gratitude at what you lost, realizing that it kind of led to this circumstance. Now, let's pick a moon card. Surrender to the divine, full moon. So you're done with something. There's a cycle here that you're finished and over with, and there's a sense of, I'm willing to let this shit go. This could also be that it's very emotional for you, but the emotions are ready to be released, which could be what the moon card is saying to us now. Sagittarius, come with me to the extended. The link is down below. I've also pinned it to the top of the comment section, or you could just find my videos over on my Vimeo channel, Born Without Boundaries Tarot over on Vimeo. I'll see you guys there.